Hello friends, this is Professor Nilesh Kade, and in this video series we are learning about the GST supply, and in today's video we are going to learn about types of supply under GST. So these are the types: composite supply, mixed supply, deemed supply, outward supply and inward supply. So let us start with the composite supply. Composite supply means supply which is comprising of two or more goods or services which are naturally bundled. So this word is very important, which are naturally bundled and supplied with each other in the ordinary course of business. So such supplies, two or more such supplies which are naturally bundled and are in conjunction with each other. This word we use, conjunction. One of which is a principal supply is very important point in the composite supply. So there are these two things, composite supply and mixed supply. You may get confused between composite and mixed, but here you have to understand the proper difference between composite supply and mixed supply, right? So learn it very carefully. It means that the items are generally sold as a combination. So there are two supplies, be that two goods or two services or goods and services combination. There can be two goods and one service, there can be one service and four goods, and so on. But this point is very important, one of which should be a principal supply, right? Items cannot be supplied separately is the very important point in the composite supply. Example, let us look at the example so that you will understand. Goods are packed and transported with insurance. So transportation is the main supply, that is principal supply. Insurance is in conjunction with the transportation, and therefore that is the composite supply. The supply of goods, packing materials, transport and insurance is a composite supply. The supply of goods, packing materials, transport and insurance is a composite supply. Here you have to understand that can be a composite supply, can be a goods supply, there can be a packing materials, transport and insurance. Insurance, transport cannot be done separately, obviously. See, for the transportation only you have taken insurance, and therefore transportation and insurance cannot be done separately if there are no goods to supply. Thus the supply of goods is the principal supply. Hope you have understood this point. You will understand this more in the slide. A supply of goods and or services which will be treated as a composite supply if it fulfills the following criteria. So these are the three criteria on which you can consider that it is a composite supply. Supply of two or more goods or services together, and it is a natural bundle. That is, goods or services are usually provided together in the normal course of business. In the normal course they are given together and they cannot be separated. So these three things, these 3 points must be satisfied. All these 3 points must be satisfied in order to call any supply as a composite supply. The tax rate of the principal supply will apply on the entire supply. Look at this point. The tax rate of the principal supply will apply on the entire supply. There is a image we will see on the next slide. There you will understand. If there is no principal supply, then it consists of supply which attracts higher rate of tax or the highest rate of tax. So if there is no any principal supply, then highest rate of tax, this will be considered as a mixed supply, not composite supply, where no principal supply is there. Hope you have understood this point. How to determine if it is a composite supply? How to determine? These are the 3 conditions, criteria that we have just now learned, right? Look at this combination. There are goods, okay, these goods are loaded in a truck, and this goods carrier is involved in transportation of that good, this good, And in this transportation we have taken insurance, and therefore it is a composite supply. What is our primary motto? Primary motto is transportation of these goods. Transportation is done via vehicle, but insurance is also taken on the transportation of the goods, and therefore the insurance and the transportation, these two are composite supply. What is the principal supply here? Principal supply is transportation, because what is our main intention? Our main intention is to transport. Our intention is not to take the insurance on the goods, but our intention is to transport the goods in the supply chain, and therefore this is a composite supply. Hope you have understood this point. So determination of tax rate in composite supply is the tax rate of principal item has to be considered. Now how do you consider principal item? Look at this example. There is an aeroplane, but if you take business class tickets, there you will have food and drinks free of cost available on the board. But for the air tickets you are paying 28% GST, but food and beverages have 18% GST. But for this whole transportation you have 28% rate of tax. It is not 18%, it is not 28, but for whole of this transportation we are charging you 28%, because principal item is traveling. We are not going in the aeroplane just to have the food and drink. We are going into the aeroplane just to travel. So traveling through air is the principal item, right? Principal item, and therefore principal items rate is 28%, therefore it is 28%. You may ask me, sir, if the just assume if the air ticket is of 18% and food and drink is having 28%, what is the case then? Then also we are going to consider this. If it is 18%, then 18% will be the rate of tax. Hope you have understood. This is composite supply. Now what about mixed supply? Mixed supply under the GST means combination of two or more goods or services made together for a single price. For a single price, two or more goods or services or the combination will be supplied. Each of these items can be supplied separately and is not dependent on each other. Such goods and services can be sold separately, like your example, Santur soap and pen. So pen can be sold separately, Santur soap can be sold separately, but in the offer they are offering you soap and a pen together for a single price. That is a mixed supply. There is nothing called as the principal supply and other supply. A gift box consisting of canned foods, sweets, chocolates, cakes, dry fruits, etc. is an example. Your the best example for this is your dairy milk celebrations. Or if you go to some other places where you are purchasing a bucket of food, so for the bucket of food, whatever you are purchasing, all can be sold separately, which includes sweets, chocolates, cakes and dry fruits and some other canned foods. Then also it is called as mixed supply. Look at this example. We have a tie, watch, wallet and a pen. This is a mixed supply because watch can be sold separately, wallet can be sold separately, pen can be sold separately, but if it is a combination of all these and if it is sold for a single price, then that is called as mixed supply. Now can you tell me what is the principal supply here? There is no principal supply. You cannot call this pen as a principal supply and all these three are just following. No. Hope you have understood this point. Mixed supply under GST. A mixed supply will have the tax rate of the item which has the highest rate of tax. If you go to the previous slide here, if this watch has 28% rate of tax, then whole of these will be having 28% rate of tax. Tax rates are separate for each of such goods. Look at this example. This this namkin or kurkure or lace packet, whatever it is it has 12% rate of tax, cake has 18%, and coke has 28% rate of tax. Now how will you charge for this combination? Look at this tray. Okay, this is a combination of food. Now how will you charge this? It is obviously 28% because highest rate in the mixed supply, right? So these are the differences between composite supply and mixed supply. Understanding is very essential. Please learn it properly. In composite supply, 2 or more taxable supplies are there. In mixed supply also 2 or more taxable supplies are there. All are naturally bundled, but here supplied in conjunction with each other. Just to have additional goods sold or additionally services sold, mixed supply is made. Taxed as per principal supply in the composite supply, but here in the mixed supply taxed as per the highest rate. Right? Hope this is understood. Oh, Akshay Kumar. Now what do you have to do is you just have to go with this example and understand whether it is a mixed supply or composite supply. Combo pack of popcorn cake, popcorn coke and ice creams given at cinema halls. See, popcorn can be sold separately, coke can be sold separately, ice cream can be sold separately. There is no principal supply, therefore it is mixed supply. This is how you have to answer it. So meals given in railways where ticket charges include price of meals. Say ticket charge means they are charging you as one, and in railways it means you are traveling. Meals are given in the railways. See, you are not going in the railways just to have the meals. Obviously you are going in the railways to travel. So transportation is the principal supply, and therefore meals will be a composite supply. Hope you have understood. Similarly, you pause this video and answer for each of these things and check yourself if it is composite supply or mixed supply. If you have any question, please comment below so that you will be answered properly, right? So pause this video, try to answer all others. This is your answer. First I said mixed supply, second I said composite supply, and this is how it goes, right? So there are other types. Deemed supply means event or transaction where no or inadequate consideration is received for the supply of goods or services. Example, barter, permanent transfer, disposal, supply between principal and agent are considered as deemed supply. If you have still not understood, I will repeat it again. Deemed supply means event or transaction where no or inadequate consideration is received. It means there is a supply where consideration is not received. But we have learned in the supply definition that if the supply has no consideration, then we are not calling it as supply. But fine, there are certain supplies which are included in Schedule 1 and Schedule 2. Then those will be considered as a deemed supply, and it will be taxed regularly, right? So barter is a supply where you are exchanging goods for goods, services for services, or goods for service or service for goods. Permanent transfer, yes, it is also deemed supply because you may or may not take the consideration for permanent transfer. Yes, it will be considered as a deemed supply. Disposal, obviously in the definition itself we have learned it is a supply. Supply between principal and agent, yes, it is also a supply. Next, outward supply means sale. You only do not consider it as a sale because sale has very limited meaning. Therefore in the GST they have used this word called outward supply. Supplying further for process or sale is outward supply, and inward means you are taking in the supplies, you are taking in organization the supplies, taking in the supplies for process or sale. Hope you have understood. These are the points, and this ends your types of supplies. We have learned 5 types: composite supply, mixed supply, deemed supply, outward supply, and inward supplies. So hope you have understood, friends. If you have not understood, please comment below, just below the video, and try to clarify all the points. These points are really very important. Many number of times this question was asked in the examination. Not only for examination, for understanding purpose also, the difference between composite and mixed supply is really very important. Please understand thoroughly. Okay, so see you in the next video. Thank you.